Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit ActiveDay.com to apply.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you for tuning in to Cryptid Creeps and Conspiracy podcast, where we delve into crazy creatures, evading extraterrestrials, horrifying haunted places, the unexplained, and the conspiracies that surround them. The following content will more than likely involve explicit language and materials, so listener discretion is advised. For bonus materials, uncut video versions of the episodes, and other great perks, go on over to patreon.com/Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. Dollars for disclosure, half Sawbuck Snally, and Paranormal Posse members will get a shout on the pod, access to the private Discord server, as well as more perks that you can find in each tier. However, if you are using an iOS application, I suggest that you sign up through a web browser to avoid the 30% fee that is charged through the app that is not at all related to the podcast. You will still be able to listen on the app, even though you sign up through the browser. So grab your rose-colored glasses, skeptical suits, and hold onto your butts as we teleport into the realm of the CCC podcast. Hope to see you soon.
Who doesn't like a good white Russian? Am I right? Yes. I see the ball going. Look at the ball go. Yeah. Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about.
Fool.
You know, right? Well, that's a digital high five. He's like, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
You're a jokester. Oh, that is so perfect. That's the best Russian accent I've heard. Every time you bust out the accent, it goes off. That is awesome.
He loves it. You gotta just
Earlier
keep
it was
doing it.
funny.
Yes, it is in American parlance is crowd pleaser. You know, he's good.
It's crowd pizza.
Yes, he's very good. I have a friend from middle school and high school who would disagree with you. His dad had a very thick Russian accent. No, every time I would do it, most people would be like, "Oh, it's spot on. It's perfect, bro." And he's always like, "Should sound more like this." And then like he would do everything. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the audience thinks.
Yeah, the audience is what matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The customers are always right.
Exactly. Yeah,
Most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, even he knows. Yeah, exactly.
Weak.
Not a whole lot of energy.
Weak.
Weak, bro.
I'm weak. I just can't do it, Captain.
No.
Excellent.
It keeps saying my dog's name.
What's your dog's name?
My dog's name is Gunnar. He's got a Viking name.
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
But it's spelled, people think it's Gunnar. Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Gunnar. Gunnar.
Good.
No.
All right, let's go ahead and
I
get
was gonna say,
cracking
are we doing
here.
a podcast? What's
Yes,
happening?
we are. I know, we did this last time we were on a show together, too.
I know.
All right. So this actually was inspired by when I did my episode with I Think My Fridge is Haunted.
Ooh,
And I found this.
yeah.
She's from Australia, and oh my gosh, she's so adorable. And I found this spooktacular location that was researched in good old Australia.
We love Australia.
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, because I totally left that part out. We have with us Celine and Matt from Peculiar Pairings podcast.
Hello.
I don't
Hello.
think you guys have been on. Were you on my 69 episode?
I'm trying to remember which one.
There's 5 of us, and it was like
It
a
was-
madhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes,
what.
that was
that-
definitely it.
Yeah, That's why when I got on here, I'm like, oh God, is it just us? Because I'm like, now I feel insecure.
No, it's just us.
A whole bunch of people.
But if you haven't listened to that episode, it's episode 69, Sextraterrestrials. Now,
oh right, yeah, that was definitely.
Do not listen with little ears around. Don't recommend listening to it at work unless you have headphones in. But it was an awesome episode. So, yeah, we have the cat balls are on, the EMF reader's on, the spirit box is on, everything is on like normal. They really like the Russian accent that Matt has been doing in my pregame. So only the patrons are going to see that. So
nice.
You guys, go subscribe to that to get the Russian. I mean, it is like, okay, you know what? Why don't we do this? Because on their episodes, they always pair their episode with a beverage. So I actually, in the spirit of having them on the pod, I provided their pairing. So in your best sensible, in your best Russian accent, tell us what the drink is.
This drink is called Tasmanian Twister Cocktail. It's very good.
Now, I want to tell everybody, the reason I picked the Tasmanian Twist was because this whole thing goes down in Tasmania, which is Australia.
Oh, okay, right. Yep.
But anyway, so this one, we're going way back in the time machine to 1830s.
Oh.
Yeah. 1830s, George Arthur built a small timber mill that later became a penal colony erected at what is now 6973 Arthur Highway in Tasmania, Australia.
Was that all like a joke?
In there real smooth.
It's a penile colony that got erect in 69. Yeah.
The best part was I didn't even realize that.
69, baby.
No, 69, 73. I love how that I'm like, I just slid that in. I'm like, oh, okay, this is just going real south real fast.
I don't know why I needed a southern accent for that one.
Here's my thing is that Australia started as a penile colony, so then they made their own.
Yeah. They had that's what Tasmania is?
They're like, hey, we're criminals and we don't even like our own criminals, so we're gonna send them to somewhere else as criminals.
Get into this. We'll get into this. There's a method to the madness.
Okay.
Due to the lush forest, cliffs reaching up to 300 meters, which is 984.252 feet.
Oh, thank you.
And vast cold ocean surrounding, it made quite the natural nursery to produce a prison post.
Okay.
So you have essentially land.
Oh, it's sort of
forest.
I imagine bigger, but it's sort of like Alcatraz, kind of, where it's like
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, exactly.
Alcatraz with the forest,
right?
Yep. Water, with a forest. Thick forests, huge cliffs. So it's like,
and cold water.
This makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense. We're just gonna put it there. And to this day, it carries its weight in horror through the halls of Australia's history. Oh. So this one's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Which is why we brought up Tasmanian. I was going to do another one. The drink was called the Prison Bitch. On the land were multiple things, right? So it wasn't just like a plot of land. There was a timber station, and this portion was basically for punishment. It was important because there was a primary purpose of the post was to extract timber from the previously mentioned forests. So again, lots of resources there to use.
Yeah. So do you know if the penal colony was part of their punishment was gathering the wood? Like that
we'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
But wait. Yeah. Whoa, back up the
Not
horse.
there yet.
Here's the cart and the horse is behind it and Matt's right.
Oh shit.
Matt's driving.
I'm like looking back.
The horseless carriage.
Yeah, why the fuck is the horse behind me?
Matt's just trying to get to Hogwarts in his horseless carriage. That's what's happening.
It's getting there. So
I want to be a wizard.
I want to be a wizard, Harry. So we have the timber station, but then there's also saw pits, and these were used to cut the log timber into smaller pieces that were later hauled off to the nearby settlement via tramway.
Okay.
All right. Again, we have natural resources that work as a defense system. So great supply of fresh water, which was right there. The land was on. So it was really deep harbor for transportation. There were all kinds of different things there. The Tasmanian Peninsula, in which the colony resided, was also surrounded by very rugged terrain, which made escaping and penetration of the penal colony. Very impossible, which to me, I wrote in here also, sounds a bit like an Australian version of Alcatraz.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
literally what I wrote in here.
Yep. Sorry,
Now-
I was focusing on the words wood and penetration.
Yeah, well, I went with penetration and yeah, well, actually, it was rugged penetration. Oh my word! I really must have been on when I wrote these notes, or I guess I didn't been on one when I wrote these notes.
Rugged for her pleasure.
Yeah, rugged.
Just a strong burly man. So that's what we're picturing.
Yeah, it's like the bounty guy, except
Yes.
Tasmanian.
You ruined it for me.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh! So this is George. We were just talking about George, who created the penal colony. Here's one part that we'll get into later, but it was also there. The tourists always flock to it. It's called the Isle of the Dead. And this contains many unmarked graves, primarily of convicts. We will get into that deeper later on.
Unmarked graves always make me sad.
I was gonna say, it's like, I know they're convicts, but yeah, that's so sad. Just like
everyone deserves their own like recognition in that versus being unnamed, in my opinion.
I agree. No, I agree. That's sad.
Like most scenarios in the prison paradigm, the facility sought to arm the inhabitants with skills set to send them successfully back to society. However,
what a concept.
I was going to say, actually, like rehabilitating people and making sure they can
we will give them
reintegrate.
life skills.
Yes.
That's nice.
They all start off as a good dream, kind of like my life.
They usually do.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Danger, Will Robinson. Sorry.
It is a dangerous situation. I agree.
Yes, it is. But it does say most of the people that were residing in this particular prison were repeat offenders.
Oh.
So clearly their process, either, I don't know if they were repeat offenders before they got there, or they were repeat and still there, if that makes sense.
If you're going to keep doing the same crime, mate, you're going to fucking Tasmania.
I don't want to go to Tasmania.
Yeah.
I'm like, what just happened? I don't know what just happened. No. Shit, son. I'm just gonna stick with my southern accent and call it a day.
I love that. You're like the one American in the Tasmanian colony. Look, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Some bitch over there.
Yeah, exactly. Look, man, I was just rustling some cows in like Louisiana, and now I'm here.
Right? I just did that son of a bitch one too far. He just rolled right on in there.
Now whose horse is behind their cart?
And let me tell you, this cows never did come home.
Oh no.
Man,
bless their hearts. Oh my God. Okay.
Which is the most southern thing ever.
Yeah. If I ever say bless your heart, that means go to hell. Another added twist was the thought process that sparked the structure used to, quote, reform such troubled souls was at the time a newly considered construct that convicts could be reformed and punished simultaneously.
Sure.
Yeah. They just want to have their cake and eat it too.
That's all they want.
I mean, why not, right?
It's like when you put a kid in the corner, like they're definitely thinking about what they did and they're being punished. So yeah, it's win-win. It's like they're totally not going to do the same thing again.
You just wait. Just wait. These people would have loved to just have their circle drawn on the wall to put their nose in.
Oh no. That
whole concept molded the colony to what they refer to as ambitious experiments.
Oh, God.
Which we all know that anytime you have government involvement and experimental things, it never ends well for the lab rats.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. You can have pretty much any word, but if it's followed with experiments, you are not having a good time.
You know it's not going well.
No.
Toilet paper experiments. Right, bad.
Exactly. Even if the word is like happiness.
Candy cane experiments. Candy
cane. They're not. The thing about the candy cane experiments from 1883 is they did not go where you think they went.
Hiding.
That just yes, I am hiding from the
Oh,
experiment.
go.
Yes.
Lonely, hiding, love.
Mhm. Yeah, get away from those candy canes, bro. Oh, love.
I'm so sad. He's so lonely.
I do love me
So
some candy
lonely and I
canes.
don't like it.
I'm so lonely. I have nobody to call my own.
Fuck. I know I
Sorry.
know that song, but I don't know it at the same time.
Classic.
Yeah, sorry. Whew. ADHD meds are not working at the moment. All right. Now, methods that were used on the imprisoned for Reformation were religious and moral instruction, which I could only imagine was anything but a classroom full of courteous convicts eager to learn.
Yeah, I mean that's
Okay.
pretty classic, like
Yeah.
in terms of
Instilling,
Reformation.
indoctrinating everybody. Yeah.
They're like,
That
hey,
never
have
goes
you
well.
heard about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? If you don't, you should.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, I could go anywhere. Anyway, so then there was also trade training. That could have came out really weird.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming running the timber mill was the main trade, but we will get into that.
I'm sorry, I thought you said training. Trade training. You're like,
Trade.
toot, toot. We're going back to the mainland, mates. Yeah, I know. They just keep going back and forth. Okay, trade training. My bad.
Yes. So that would technically include anything that is like any sort of like construction trades.
Okay, yeah.
Or
We'll
it
get
could,
into it.
could be trains if you
That's what
really
I was-
want it to.
Yeah, technically that works. Yeah.
Technically,
toot,
it
toot.
does fall in that category.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry.
avoiding so many jokes because this is going on the YouTube. I'm like, other trades taught, oh my God, were
So-
cooperage. Because again, I told you we're going to get into it. We're
Okay.
getting into it now.
Cooperage.
These workers would use tools to shape and create barrels. It's called
Okay.
That
I did not know that was,
I was
the term
thinking
for
like
it.
I was thinking like birds, like chickens.
Nope.
That what you just described with barrels
makes
is
sense.
referred to as cooperage.
Yep.
All right.
I Googled it and found the description.
Okay. Okay.
I was
That's what I
thorough.
would have done.
Thanks, English language. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Time to get you to cooperage. No, it doesn't involve birds. Stop asking about that. Now grab this barrel. I can ring it up.
Fucking Americans. America. There's also
Fuck yeah.
wood turners.
Okay.
So tradesmen of this sort would use a lathe, which is kind of like a chisel, to carve wood into various shapes while it's spun on a wheel. A good example would be when you see intricate table legs. And
I
so
was
you
just gonna
start with
say
a
that,
block
yep.
of wood and they chisel it down as it spins. All right. There's
That
also
is- Ironically enough, that is my grandpa's hobby in his spare time.
okay.
He
That's
makes like cups
awesome.
and bowls with it. He loves it.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Not here. Yeah, we're not doing that here.
No.
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 There's also tailors,
Oh.
nailers.
Real quick. That
I
fucked
know.
with my head for just a second because my roommate is named Taylor.
Oh.
So I was like,
You're like, they just run around and impersonate Taylor, and they're like, "Oi, I'm
Yeah.
Taylor."
my whole exactly.
I
Yes,
work for a
just-
government facility.
nondescript government agency.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, sure. There were also
Yes.
carpenters,
Okay.
shipbuilding and repair.
Sure.
Okay.
That makes
Now,
sense.
wouldn't this make them more likely to escape?
Oh, yeah, that's
Would
probably
you
a
trust
bad
a
idea.
convict to repair a ship?
That makes
Oh,
Good
they're
point.
probably. Oh, yeah. They were apparently, I guess, highly supervised. I don't know.
I was gonna say, because like you imagine that they get brought out to like a pier or something, they've got a bunch of lumber, and the warden or whomever is like leading that activity for the day is like, all right, gents, I'm gonna show you how to make a ship. And they like all the inmates kind of side eye each other, like, well, just to make sure you're gonna teach us how to make boats that we can sail.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Like,
All
yeah,
right.
that's right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, yeah, show us how to do that. That makes sense.
Y'all ain't from
Right.
around here, are you?
The one American shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you how to make a flipping boat.
This thing is going crazy. This thing barely stopped all
Yeah.
time. Yeah. There's also prison tattoo artists. And among the common tattoos,
Ooh.
there were certain ones that showed up a lot. So we had anchors, women, a crucifix or a cross, a heart,
That's about
and
right.
a man and a mermaid.
A man
Okay.
and a mermaid. Okay.
Yeah.
I do love that, like, the anchor is still a sort of trope of tattoos, like, even back there. Just like, okay.
I say
And
that
the
is
thing
actually
was
my tattoo as an anchor.
No shit.
Have I not shown it to you?
I was gonna say, I
my
think we've talked
tattoo
about that.
has a tattoo of an anchor.
Wait, your tattoo has...
Yes,
Oh,
the tattoo is the tattoo. I love that.
It's a mermaid. It's a mermaid.
I was gonna
with an
say, yeah, you
anchor.
just hit two of the...
anchor?
Yeah,
I
your
love it.
mermaid tattoo has
Yeah,
a
that's right.
tattoo.
I was hard in the penal colony.
Yeah. Like, I just got out. They taught me how to make a ship. Came to
It was a
America.
long, hard stay.
Yeah, but it was long.
Damage.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I am just a slight bit damaged. Thank you.
Yeah.
Celine, I think we can open up a little bit more. We're all more than just a little damaged here. Look at what we're doing.
Yes, but I don't like to admit it in public.
Exactly. I was just gonna say.
Oh, I'm fucking nuts, man. Like, I'll tell you on the air. I don't give a shit. What stability?
What is stability?
You only have one personality? That's weird.
Oh my
How do you have a conversation with yourself?
It gets boring.
I'm convinced at this point in my life that I was like a multiple personality person that was just looking for another personality to talk with. And I got a dog, and that unlocked my brain to like just project another personality onto my dog. So I'm like, oh, now I could just talk to people all the time. And I just like fill in the conversation, like her part of it. And it was great. It allowed, it was a
talk
lot
to
of
people
freedom.
all the time too, but generally they're invisible.
Yes, you know that,
and I talk to dead people, so there's that.
Well, it's so get a dog, because then you can just.
I have a dog.
She has a dog.
I have 2 dogs.
Perfect. Well, then, yeah, you can have a whole party and nobody will
These
blink
guys
an eye.
though. I don't need anybody else. These guys are with me all the time.
I'm just saying, like, if you're walking in a park or something and you're having a full-fledged conversation, if people see you walking a dog or two, they don't bat an eye at it.
Oh, I just tell them I have Tourette's.
Well, that also works.
They'll be walking like,
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. And then you look them dead in the eye and like, fuck you. Oh, I'm sorry, I have Tourette's.
Okay, but anyway, back to the thing. We were just swirling hardcore.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I could not find anything after all of these different reformation methods. I couldn't find anything on the rate of successful reformations.
Okay.
I did see that many prisoners were transferred out to other experiments, like the Pauper's Depot.
Which
I don't like that.
It was essentially the infant stage of the modern welfare system.
Oh, that made me profoundly depressed just now.
They didn't go there. They were also known to go to the lunatic asylum.
Oh no.
But at these asylums, they were just starting to experiment with quote unquote scientific treatment of mental illness.
Okay.
No.
I love your expression.
We had a
like,
bunch
oh,
of
God.
names. So
I'm sorry, do you know what the year is at this point? Because it's still 18 something.
So I'm guessing this is what happened like after they closed it. They went to these other places, which we'll get into later.
Okay.
Which I believe is like 1877.
I don't love like, hey, we're gonna send them to some other mental asylum and they'll just be further experimented on.
To the left. That does not sound like good times. Like we've had enough problems with like mental
1877.
health.
We just talked about this.
Right, exactly. Oh God.
No, it goes, when did it happen? I'm like 1877. We just talked about it.
Just talked about it.
Pay attention, damn it. Yeah, keep up.
Yeah. Okay. And, what would any haunted prison be without the torturous techniques intending to inoculate innocence into the incarcerated?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now, hang on to your butts, boys, because this is about to get real gnarly.
I was just going to say, I don't know why I didn't think it was going to go there. but like I was not prepared.
It is always going to go there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Look, the only thing I knew about logging onto this was Tasmania. Okay,
that's true.
That's the point. All right,
madam.
Madame.
C'est madame.
Sweet, is how you say madame or go? How do you Americans say go fuck yourself? Eh?
Zakit.
Oh, no light for that, huh?
Penis
Oh, so he doesn't
in
like
your
a French
asshole.
accent. Yeah. Fuck you, ball of light, son of a bitch.
Fuck you.
Exactly. No, I'm sorry. We are talking about Tasmania.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries.
French stuff is fun.
Yeah.
They have great
Baguettes.
cheese.
Baguettes.
Baguette.
Oh yeah.
I like how you can
The
like
chef's kiss.
in exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
mwah.
more Italian, but I do like like a zig. Oh, there you go.
Yes, it is more Italian.
We're okay with Italian.
Is it baguette? I like how much
is he?
emphasis you
This
can
is
put on
Matt.
baguette. Yeah, this is Matt, motherfucker. How you? I like that the ball's still going. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are we ready?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, yes.
Oh yeah, we're okay. He's ready too. We are all ready.
You are outnumbered, Matt. We are ready.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm
go.
sorry.
All
Let's-
right.
Yep, we're gonna. Move
Many institutions over the years all have the first one in common: unequivocal and
Okay.
unbelievably unpaid daily grind.
on.
Yeah, that's slave labor.
Yep.
Yeah.
They performed a multitude of treacherous tasks, including hauling around shingles, logs, and sawn timber.
Yep.
Oh, the splinters. Oh my
Oh, I
God.
didn't even think of that.
Well, because it's not like they're gonna get gloves. You know, they're
Yeah.
just oh God. That
Oh,
just flashed me back to so much of my childhood. Like, not to get too deep, but
You're just like running around with just tons of just like
I used to
logs
steal
of
the
wood.
wood for the
just
family.
just as kids, we have a
Oh.
hunting shack in northern Minnesota, and so just
Oh, right.
like how much wood we chopped because we didn't have like electricity or anything, so we just had a wood stove.
Yep.
The hours that we spent just
Yep.
chopping and hauling wood. Oh my God.
That was my job. I was the workhorse.
Yeah, exactly. No, we never got to work the fucking chainsaw or anything. No, we just got to haul
Yeah.
logs. And
The
shit.
wood splitter? No, you're young.
No,
You cut it and then you
Yup.
put it up and you put it on the wood splitter and then I just run the
Exactly.
controller.
Yep. The
Yeah.
adults get to do all the fun stuff, and it's like, okay, look, I know I'm still young and spry, but like, I want to.
Although me out there in a bikini top, Daisy Dukes wielding an axe was probably pretty hot. The look on Matt's face right now, I think I just broke him.
Can you keep describing?
Well, why don't we just? It goes gasp.
Like, mercy,
Yes.
I do believe I'm getting the vapors. Oh,
No.
God.
I'm gonna kill this for you real fast.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Troublemakers would feel the wrath by enduring flogging, which is being
Oh.
beaten with a rod or whip. For those unfamiliar, that probably did not help your case. Now,
A little
also,
bit.
they would be forced to perform the same tasks that they normally would do, but with the addition of horrendously heavy iron shackles,
Oh my
They would get-
God.
long stays in solitary confinement.
No.
Not
Oh,
cool.
after 1851, there was a colossally cringeworthy coal mine that you would get sent to if you were a troublemaker.
I'm sorry to
Ugh.
interrupt, but was that deliberate, like alliteration, where you're like a colossally?
Yes,
I really appreciate that. That was.
you're welcome.
Would you
I
please
worked
say
really
that
hard
one
on
more?
my notes.
I appreciate. Would you say that one more time, please?
Oh, colossally cringeworthy coal mines.
Excellent, chef's kiss. Thank you.
In 1845, they installed a terrifying treadmill in the flour mill. Oh my God, if I could talk. That's purpose was to turn the grinding stones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they
it's
would
like a
have
hamster
people.
wheel.
Yeah. So they
Yeah,
literally
so you'd have to
hamster
do
wheel.
that to make flour so you could actually
Right.
have bread.
Yeah, and
right. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I mean, at least you're also getting a workout.
that's true, except the really bad guys, the really big troublemakers would be
Yeah.
assigned to walk the treadmill from dawn till dusk, only getting 2 meal breaks.
Oh my God.
Oh my
They were exhausted. They were hungry. They were, just, yeah.
Well, and just to put like an asterisk on this, I deliver mail, and when you get into delivering mail, you pretty much are exclusively on walking routes for like the first 2 years.
Yep.
So yeah, you walk from dusk till dawn.
Yep.
Or dawn, the other one. You got it.
Yeah.
Morning to night.
I feel that. I know a guy. Another popular method, as seen in most old school prison movies, were leg irons.
Oh, yeah.
Now, these 6 to 13 kilogram, you're welcome, 13 to 29 pounds.
God. Oh, thank you.
Were worn around the ankles to prevent escape, and were usually unwillingly wearing fashion statement for at least a year.
Oh my God. A year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like you'd get used to the weight after a while.
Well,
yeah, maybe if you were buff.
It would still like rub.
No, because these are like the shackle. Well, wait, if
it's
this
just the raw metal like on your skin.
Yeah, so it's still like rub against your skin and like chafe and stuff.
Leg irons. Does that mean, because shackles are the ones with the chains? Does this mean that the bar is a solid bar that you're having to, do the
You're like,
the like
that? I mean, that's just
corn cob up your ass walk.
Yeah,
that's just calisthenics. So I mean, technically, you're getting a workout. Yeah.
Okay.
That just sounds awful.
That sounds
and if that didn't,
horrible.
Yeah, if that didn't get rid of the picture of me chopping wood in your head, this one will.
Okay.
One of the original punishments was known as the lash. Convicts were constrained to a wooden triangle-shaped apparatus in front of other prisoners and given anywhere from 10 to 100 lashes across their bare back with a cat of nine tails. To sprinkle in a little light into the darkness here, though, the person laying down the lashes was called a flagulator.
Okay, that brought me back. That brought me back.
That is a great name.
I'm going to be honest. I was into it. The only thing that turned me off was the idea that other people are watching. I'm like, I want to be in a more intimate setting.
Oh, you just wait.
Okay.
Not only that, the person chosen as the flagulator was whoever was the most hated inmate on the grounds.
What the fuck?
They found the least liked person and said, you are going to whip this person with a cat of nine tails up to 100
And they're
times.
like, fuck,
and they didn't have a choice. But you gotta think, that wouldn't be necessarily good, I wouldn't assume.
No, because that person probably like has it out
more.
for you and is like, this is my revenge moment.
Yeah. Well, I didn't look at it from that perspective. I looked at it from all these inmates are watching you be the person to torture the other inmate, which may or may not be their like buddy.
Also, so the weird thing is like,
hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on chumbacasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at chumbacasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's chumbacasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Presumably, either they have been monitoring you to a point that they know that you're the like asshole of the group amongst a group of assholes, or like you're all standing in a yard and they're like, all right, we've got this guy.
Sure it was obvious.
That's
it's a
probably
prison.
true.
It's not like they're subtle.
Well, I guess what I was thinking, if it wasn't obvious, so you're all standing in a group and they're like, hey, we're going to torture this guy. And you're like, gee, I wonder what asshole's going to have to do this. And they call your name and you're like, oh, wait, what?
I'm the one that's least liked?
Yeah.
No,
like,
I don't know. I don't know if they were aware of
exactly.
it, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if they were aware of that process.
No, I don't think they were. And then you get called up to do the whipping and you're like, I'm the asshole? And then you're just, well, although I will say it will motivate you to whip harder, because I would be really pissed if I was designated as the asshole of the group.
But they don't know that. They just know that one random person was chosen to whip the other one. That's all they know.
Oh, okay. They might not have. Okay. All right. Fair. Yeah. All right. I feel like if you ended up sussing out like what the criteria was, I'd be really pissed.
Okay.
But I would make contact with everyone in the crowd as I'm like, I'm like, you guys did this. Like, this is your fault.
This is because of you.
Exactly. That's how I would justify it in my head anyway.
Well, I think what would have been crazy is if you had to whip yourself, but you are stuck. I mean, you are strapped arms up, feet out. I mean, you are like spread eagle on this triangle thing.
All right, you're using a lot of terms that are touching on a few kinks. So like if
my bad.
Like if it's like me
my
tied
inner
up,
soul's coming out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, there's something in my eye.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
I haven't been able to wink since I got Bell's palsy. Like my face still hasn't got. Like seriously, I got Bell's palsy for 3 months. Like not like 9 years ago, and ever since I still I can't even cross my eyes. One of my eyes doesn't cross because I still haven't got all the control back in it. I don't think I will either.
Damn.
But if you look at my selfies too, you'll notice one of my eyes never actually opens like all the way. Hold on, let's see here. Hold on. Ready? I'll see if I can. I'm gonna try to cross my eyes. Okay, hold on. Did you see it?
I can see it. Yeah.
I'm guessing by Matt's face, he saw it. It goes related.
Look. For the sake of not sounding like an asshole, no comment.
I'm
aware it's very bad, but it's just really funny. I didn't realize that was a problem
I think it's not
recently.
as bad as you. It's definitely not as bad as you probably think it is.
Celine, it's that bad. Don't lie.
I was trying to take a selfie for somebody being funny, and I was like, "Oh, I'll cross my eyes." And I took the photo, and I looked. I was like, "Nah, that's not right."
No,
so I took it again. I did it 3 times, and I was like, "Fuck, my eye's not working."
Oh, you delete that shit so quick. Celine, don't lie to the girl.
Oh, I've seen way worse. I've seen worse. Honestly,
That's for sure.
I can do this. Ready?
Yeah. Oh no.
But I could do that before Bell's palsy.
Well, now I feel like you're setting me up because you're like, I could do that before.
It goes holy water.
Oh yeah. No, there's a demon involved in
There's
this
some
shit.
water on it. The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah, the power of Christ compels you. Leave this woman.
So whatever's in here is getting a kick out of this too. I think they're in on the joke. I think that's what that was.
No, because they've seen you do this before, and they're like, "Oh, she looks so fucked up when she does this."
This bish. Can you believe this bish?
She's doing guys, come here. She's doing the eyes thing
She's
again.
Doing it again. That weird thing.
Yeah, she's exactly.
Look at this bitch thinking she can wink. She thinks that looks sexy. Look at her.
Paul, where's Paul? Paul, she's doing the palsy thing. It's your name, bro. Come here. Look at it. Oh, dude, it's crazy. Oh man. Oh, you missed it. Oh my god. If she brings it up again, we'll bring you in.
We're gonna shift gears here from
we've been off topic for a while. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's in a hot minute. It's okay. We're bringing it back in. Those ones that I mentioned earlier were just the physical torture tactics, but there was one major psychological method that they used specifically.
Oh god. This is the part that's gonna fuck with me.
Yep. In 1851, there was another prison opened, and they called it literally, quote, separate prison, which took solitary to a whole new level.
Oh no.
So terrible name, like marketing wise, but like great name in terms of just like torture.
Yeah, it was, you didn't want to go to the separate prison.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody feared the separate prison.
Yes. When someone new arrived, they were given clothes and made to read the rules of the land, so to speak.
Okay.
There were rules.
Okay.
Rule number 1, never. I just watched Fight Club the other day. So.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Do not talk about separate prison.
Well, I don't think anybody really ever made it out.
Well, but also like they gave you the workout equipment to get those abs that he had in that movie. Oh my god, such good abs.
It's real. Amongst the clothing that you were given was a metal tag with a number on it. That number was now your name, and you essentially lost all identity.
Oh, that does not sound fun.
Sounds a lot like Auschwitz.
I was gonna say, I'm like, can we talk about that? Yeah, it sounds like
it is the Holocaust before the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, you were not allowed to speak unless it was under certain circumstances, whether you were giving information to a guard or you were talking to the chaplain, pastor guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I would be dead in day one. Like, the rule is don't talk. I'm totally screwed.
This is where it gets fun. Not. They each had their own cell that was connected to the surveillance wing, their own exercise yard, and even their own cubicles in the chapel to keep them completely isolated.
Oh,
that is so.
In a weird way that, look, just the way that you described it there, that kind of sounds like my heaven, where I'm like, I just get to be by myself all the time. Awesome.
This is mine? This is all mine?
I get to have the whole gym to myself?
It wasn't big.
Oh, okay.
No, you're getting a very small room with a tiny little yard and a tiny little spot in the chapel.
Yeah.
And also, anytime the prisoners would leave their cells, a hood was placed over their head with nothing but 2 slits for eyes. So that way you couldn't recognize anyone even if you saw them.
Yeah,
and you weren't allowed to speak. So you wouldn't recognize the voice.
It gives me such strong Penn State vibes.
I'm over here thinking of the college. I'm like, wow, that's rough.
That's
what I thought too.
No, I'm gonna say I'm trying to remember what exactly it was that we talked about. Was it Eastern State Penitentiary or was it where they did that with like the hood?
Yeah. I think you had it with I think you had it with Eastern Penn.
I think it was Eastern State.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I don't know.
I think it's in Pennsylvania. I'm like 90% sure.
But yeah. The extreme measures of isolation where it's like, even when you're going down the like hallway of other inmates, it's like you couldn't interact. I don't think they put on any kind of like sound dampening things. So like,
no, they put hoods on though.
Right. For sure. Yeah. They put hoods on.
Just be quiet.
Shh, we don't talk here.
Yeah, we will not have you talk.
I've already talked about that. But the way I look at it is, with all these tasks and all this torture, I'm surprised anybody could get anything done, because I have an example of what their diet consisted of, and I don't even know how they had the energy.
Oh, we haven't even talked about that. Oh my God.
We have
snacks.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
10 ounces of bread.
Okay.
And 1 point.
Take a moment. Regroup.
1 pint.
There we go.
Of gruel, which is a food consisting of some type of cereal, such as oats, ground oats, wheat, rye, or rice, heated or boiled in water or milk. I'm assuming water in this case.
I'm assuming water, yeah.
Oh God.
That was breakfast.
My favorite part is like, the point of perspective on this is that milk is like the fancy version where it's like, no, you're getting just the water gruel. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. And that's all they got for breakfast. That was it.
Okay.
So then there's only dinner and supper. So I guess they didn't get a lunch.
Oh no.
Dinner is 3/4 pound fresh or salted beef or half a pound of salted pork. 10 ounces of 10 ounces of pudding or 1 pint of soup. 1 pound of cabbage or turnips or 1 pint of soup made from the meat.
Ooh.
The last thing they got was 8 ounces of bread and half a pound of potatoes if other vegetables were unavailable.
That is strangely specific and depressing.
Yes, it is a lot of carbs.
That is a lot of carbs.
Well, they're running them ragged in the day.
I will probably take the potatoes over the bread.
Well,
I mean, it's pretty good overall.
And then supper is the exact same as breakfast. 10 ounces of bread, 1 pound of gruel. That's it. Or 1 pint, 1 pound. Jesus Christ. 1 pint of gruel. Jeez.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your biggest meal was dinner.
Yeah.
Which I guess was like a late lunch is kind of what
I was just going to say, like, we get dinner and supper? That's amazing. I'll take.
This is apologize.
Oh, yeah. We should definitely apologize to like the past humans.
We're sorry.
And if the boys were well behaved during the week, they were also given a handful of raisins on Sundays.
Oh. Okay, now you got me signing
raisins.
out. Yeah, no, I'm done. I think I would just send myself off the coast of Tasmania.
Oh, just wait. That's only for the good little boys. The good people got raisins.
Only for good.
People that misbehaved, however, would get their rations reduced, and some were on a diet of only bread and water, which is horrible. It backs you up, and it is more torture than being tortured sometimes because you can't poop.
Yeah, well, and it's that kind of thing where like you keep eating and you feel like you're getting nutrients, but it's just like empty carbs. Yeah. Oh God.
That's awful.
Here's one thing too is it was closed when the last convict was removed, and they said that was in 1877. And the land, however, nothing was really done to it, except it was auctioned off in the 1880s.
We are going to stop here for this week, but tune in next week for information on the darker side of Port Arthur Prison. Thank you for listening to this episode of Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. If you wouldn't mind, please take a moment and give the show a 5-star review wherever you're listening. I know it might not seem like much, but it greatly helps the show and allows people to find us more easily. Also, head on over to www.patreon.com/Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy and subscribe to any of the tiers. Members of the Big Show tier get bonus materials, personalized shoutouts on the pod, ad-free episodes, access to the private Discord server, quarterly appreciation gifts, and a chance to be on the show. Not to mention video versions of the episode. Before you go, don't forget to click the link in the description and grab yourself or someone you know some self-designed merch by me, or make a donation to help keep the show going and fund future events and investigations. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Threads, and TikTok. If you have any questions, topic recommendations, or personal encounters, please send them to cryptidscreepsandconspiracy@gmail.com or submit them through the contact form at www.cryptidscreepsandconspiracy.com. I would love to hear from you and share your experiences on a listener episode. Just make sure that you specify that I have permission to add your encounter to the show and let me know whether or not you would like your real name read or an alias to maintain confidentiality. Thank you guys all again so much for your support. Until next time, my friends. See ya.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.